Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and the third match is about to be underway as we get the lobby finalized here for the Hammerheads and the Gold Diggers. K1, not a lot of downtime to talk here about this match, but real quick, give us your prediction. Gold Diggers started the season 2-1, Hammerheads 1-2.
Yeah, no, the Hammerheads, I think were robbed in their matchup. They played a powerhouse of a team last week. Gold Diggers played very, very well last week as well. And especially in Torque, we expected to play incredibly well, and he did. But Von Rabbit and Red Terror both, I think, stepped up to the plate in their matchups and came out on top. But I think in this one, I think the Hammerheads, even though they have the losing record, are the better team all the way through. So my prediction goes to the Hammerheads. I don't see a sweep happening, though. I think it's a 2-1. I think the Hammerheads take. I think the Hammerheads might take the back two, but I think the Gold Diggers come out on top in the first one. But I really want to talk about, and I'm curious your thoughts on this one, the Fabrizi Von Rabbit friendly rivalry that's been building over the offseason.
Yeah, these two came into the league practically at the same time, practically together as a package, and they honestly took the league by storm in the preseason and honestly have been familiar faces now ever since. So a lot of fun, rivalry-driven, motivations here from both sides of the field. And as players are starting to hit the lobby here, ladies and gentlemen, the final match of this triple header is about to be underway. And you heard it here. You heard it here first, folks. That it looks like K1 is picking the Hammerheads, but now we're waiting for more players to hit the lobby real quick. And a good thing about this Rocket League update is as soon as someone hits the field, they do have time to bounce out if not everybody's ready.
Yep, no, and that's I do appreciate that new update. Before, is as soon as somebody joined, even I think into spectating, it was immediately the timer would start, and we have to reset the lobby. And I got to tell you, this makes our job a little easier.
No question about it, as we are just getting the last of the players in. We are, I'm not sure what the players are doing here. It looks like they're playing a little lobby tag here. In the lobby, in and out.
Does somebody want to start a game? Looks like we might have a game.
Absolutely. Finally, we get everybody in here. And the Hammerheads and the Gold Diggers underway here, as we didn't have a lot of time to analyze these two teams. K1, give us the rundown here. Why did the Gold Diggers end up on top in their match? They were considered an underdog, whereas you mentioned the Hammerheads kind of felt like they got robbed.
Yeah, no, I think what gave the Gold Diggers, I think what gave the Gold Diggers a big advantage was the fact that Torque and Von Rabbit, and even Red Terror just played so well, and I think the team they played just underestimated that fact. I don't think the Hammerheads will make the same mistake, however.
No question about it. A lot of pressure underway here so far, as we have the Hammerheads taking on the Gold Diggers early on here. Gold Diggers getting a nice opportunity here by Torek, but what a save by Billy Bob, as we now have the league's former MVP of Season 3 pushing the offensive agenda for his team.
Billy Bob, such a frightening name to see on the pitch, definitely. Oh my, Dr. DW with a big shot. Von Rabbit, though, up there quick as you like to get that one cleared out. But yeah, no, Billy Bob, such a dangerous guy to have on the pitch. He can put shots on from next to anywhere. Just such a solid player for Breezy. The rookie clearing the way for his teammate, another rookie, to get his, I believe, first goal, perhaps, of the season.
No question about it, and what a great job by Doctors DW, and a great job by Fabrizi, that old school Hammerhead style, clearing that net open, giving them a 1-goal lead here in game number 1.
No doubt, and I had to pull it up to see.
And
Dr.
we now
DW
see
did get a goal last week.
Beautiful
It's his
pressure
second
here.
goal.
Second goal of the season by Doctors, confirmed, and now we have a beautiful demo by Von Rabbit as Billy Bob gets that push off the sidewall. Beautiful opportunity thwarted. Nobody wants to seem to hit the ball as Torek finally gets the ball into the offensive zone for the Gold Diggers. And look at the calculated uniforms here by the Gold Diggers.
Yeah, they rocked a very similar uniform last season. I love to see the team camaraderie there. putting together. I mean, what better thing to put in your car for the gold diggers than gold? Excuse me, a bit of a tongue twister there.
Say that one 3 times fast, K1.
You gonna pay me?
Beautiful demo by Doctors. Billy Bob off the top post, can't quite fit that thing in the net. And now we see another shot. Doctors got 2.
Doctors DW. There was a trade in the offseason to pick him up, and or actually, I think there's a trade in the draft to even get him.
Right.
Yeah, to pull him onto the team, and this is exactly why. Great positioning for him. Finds a hole in the Gold Diggers' defense there, plops that one into the net, giving them a 2-goal lead, which, as that's shaped up, as we've seen before, is actually quite a large league here in the league.
Yeah, this season especially, we now see a beautiful save by Torek on the 50, thwarting Fabrizi in his tracks up there in the air. Fabrizi now turns off, goes offensive as we see Terror get the clear into the defensive zone, but now Billy Bob off that sidewalk. Can he get something going? No. Beautiful clear, and look at the nice wide rotations by the Hammerheads here, K1.
The Hammerheads so well known for their wide rotations, and I know that's coming from Billy Bob's coaching on his half. He rotates very deep, allows his teammates to have a lot of room to work, and just shred through defenses with their ability to just take shot after shot after shot and constantly stay in rotation. As Torek, speaking about taking shots, takes this one off the wall in a very awkward angle for the defender, Doctors DW, to be able to save. Torek taking advantage. 1 minute 54 still on the clock bucket.
Absolutely. Torek recently traded to the Gold Diggers just before the season started, and honestly a great addition for that team as now they look to close this deficit, led by 1 by the Hammerheads here in game number 1 of this 3-game series with 1:44 remaining. The clock honestly seems like it's ticked down so fast because of how back and forth this has been.
I know, the ball's just found itself in the middle of the field for the longest time, only finding itself to the other side into a net of just 3 times so far. The majority of this match, I mean, if you're to look at the possession, the heat chart, it's been in the middle of the field, lots of 50s, back and forth from both teams. You see how evenly matched these two are.
We have a good offensive push here by the Gold Diggers. We see a lazy floater. Fabrizi gets the clear just before Torek can take the shot. And now we see a push on offense by the Hammerheads, looking to set something up. What a touch by Fabrizi! And no! Nobody there to take the shot!
It's an opportunity that I know they want back, but Dr. DW gets the hat trick in this one, and he may have just secured them the win here, Bucket.
The hat trick indeed. What a great performance by Doctors. Just happened to be right where he needed to be on all 3 of these goals. Great positioning can get you so far in this league.
You're exactly right. And the positioning of the Hammerheads has always been just their number 1 go-to on their team, it seems. And you can see why it's so effective. So long as you're in a good spot, you don't need to have boost. You don't need to have mechanics. It's not easy to do, though. You need to know where the ball is going to be, who you're playing against at all times. It's very difficult to do, and Billy Bob is one of the best in the game to do it.
Billy Bob, Season 3 QRLS MVP and QRLS champion. Also won the Playmaker and the Golden Striker Award that season. Already one of the all-time greats in his early career here in the QRLS. This being his 3rd season now, leading the Hammerheads in his 2nd season as captain to a Game 1 win, it looks like, as we have this ball floating at the mid, and this one might be for consolation points, as it's an own goal by the Gold Diggers.
Billy Bob's not going to go a game without a goal. You won't see it happen. Billy Bob, even in the last second, will find himself a goal, as he does there, just off the crossbar. Von Rabbit, desperate to clear it, unable to. That's 1 more goal. 4-1 will probably be the end on this one here. Absolutely. Hammerheads coming out on top in this one in a very decisive fashion.
Absolutely, and you know, this was a great showing by the Hammerheads, and honestly, the Gold Diggers looked pretty good as well. What was the difference here?
It was close all the way through, even looking at shot totals. I think the big one, though, is they're just having such a deep rotation. A lot of the goals scored on the Gold Diggers just a bit too pushed up on the offensive half. and that led to a lot of big clears for the Hammerheads. Gold Diggers, I think, need to just play a bit more spaced out. Torque is very solid on the defensive half, but I think they need to allow him to work a bit more, give a little more space all the way through, and respect Billy Bob, Fabrizi, and Doctors DW. I mean, Doctors DW is just everywhere, though. That was a phenomenal play for them. I think the Gold Diggers need to stay a bit more patient on the defensive half and take the opportunities as they come.
Yeah, absolutely. Doctors DW racking in the hat trick. You know, one of the stats that honestly we haven't seen too often this season, K1, as that only marks the 4th hat trick this season alone.
Yeah, no, and that's I mean, 4 hat tricks in 2 weeks, not bad, but no, honestly phenomenal. And Bucket, I didn't realize you were back in the league.
Don't know what you're talking about there, K1. Your boy is retired. Just a little bit of instinct getting back on the Hammerhead side of the field, you know.
Once a Hammerhead, always a Hammerhead. You just had to play with Billy Bob again, huh?
We now see the kickoff underway. Game number 2 here. The Hammerheads lead this series 1-0 as we have another beautiful opportunity here by the Hammerheads offensively. Fabrizi on the sidewalk. Can't quite get the 50 he needs. Billy Bob not only with the save, but a banger towards the other net as Red Terror has to get up way high for that one.
Red Terror doing a good job there, staying nice, calm. Didn't have a lot of boost to make that play, but was able to make it nonetheless. And Fabrizi Von Rabbit, little I got it, you take it there in the midfield. And again, I'm loving the way these two play against each other. Very similarly styled. Fabrizi a bit more mechanical, as we see there with a nice little doink. Oh my, that is just unsavable, Bucket.
What a great shot there on the assist by his captain. He wasn't even looking at the net, K1.
He closed his eyes. He wasn't even paying. He had put the controller down and was able to pull that off. What a shot.
Absolutely insane redirect there by Fabrizi. 1-goal game by the Hammerheads as they look to take a 2-game lead here in game number 2. However, the Gold Diggers have something to say about it here as Red Terror up in the air with that F-150. Boomer towards the net. Billy Bob gets the clear. Von Rabbit right there, however, to keep that pressure on. Textbook save by Doctors, and the Gold Diggers looking a little more comfortable as this game's going on.
Exactly right here. Back and forth they go. They're keeping this ball in the offensive half, which is exactly what they need to do. Fabrizi trying to go for another little doink there, unable to get up to it, as now Torque tries to push his offense. And I'm really waiting to see Torque start to really pop off, get a bit more comfortable here. And I think Torque is such a game changer for the Gold Diggers.
And a beautiful chip shot by Billy Bob and follows it up off the post.
Billy Bob showing off why he was an MVP and a champion at that. Nice, not an easy double tap to read, but he read it off the very first touch, put it in, gives his team a 2-goal lead. Now they're looking very confident and in control of not just this game, but this matchup as a whole.
Absolutely, another 2-goal lead here. Gold Diggers trail. They are looking for some sort of momentum here in the late stages after a very impressive week 1, but nonetheless, we see now more pressure by the Hammerheads as we look for a bump there by Dr. CW. Couldn't quite get it there in net.
Yeah, and the Gold Diggers, they're playing well, but they're just not able to get these balls into the net. They're having good offensive takes, but not enough to push through this Hammerhead defense. And a lot of that on the back of Fabrizi here, who's been just phenomenal, getting a big pass in there and a big clear from Von Rabbit. Scary ball, but Fabrizi's been just everywhere on the pitch, on the ball, doing a good job constantly being a threat and pressuring the ball.
That was an insane clear there by Von Rabbit. That thing was bouncing in and out. There was pixels inside the net there, K1.
Yes, sir. Red Terror pinning the corner. Billy Bob, what a save. Good positioning there. He goes up just so confidently to clear that ball. Not an easy save to make at all, but he just makes it just look so effortless.
And Doctors DW right there to catch. Looks for a possible back pass. However, recorrals it at the mid. Fabrizi down to Doctors. Pushes it back into the corner. Fabrizi there to follow. Beautiful demo by Doctors. The net's wide open. Pass out to Billy Bob. That was calculated.
Absolutely. Hammerhead. Classic Hammerhead. Demo in net. Pass mid. Score it off. Great play for Breezy. He heard the demo go through. Knew exactly what to do. Understood the assignment, as some kids might say. Put it in the net. Billy Bob That's a 3-goal lead here with only 2 minutes left. The Gold Diggers need to find a way to answer, and fast.
No question about it. Big flick there by Billy Bob. What a great clear by Torek there, as we now see Red Terror look for the touch. Nobody home. Offense now coming from the Gold Diggers as Torek gets the bump with the little assist from Doctors there, as Red Terror puts one on, and this one's in.
Captain doing it himself, gets a nice little cheeky chip over the defender here. Reads the touch from Billy Bob, says, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?" Puts it in. Dr. DW unable to get the save as the ball is just behind him. Now with 2 goals left, this is much more doable for the Gold Diggers. They need to keep this momentum rolling.
Absolutely. They need to get one quick here as well, and they do!
That is exactly what they needed. Von Rabbit, clutch as ever. Big face-off from Torek. So good with 50s. The Hammerheads scattered. Able to get it past Billy Bob. Not easily done. Von Rabbit makes it look easy. Now only down 1. Minute 36.
Minute 36 indeed, as now we have a game. Gold Diggers looking to even this thing up in game number 2. Hammerheads lead the series 1-0 after winning game number 1 in very convincing fashion. And now we see nice patient play here from Doctors, watching that clock tick.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Minute left. Gold Diggers on the offense where they need to be. Billy Bob, though, so patient in net. Von Rabbit sending it back to where it needs to be. Torek now launching himself into the air, unable to get that touch. And Red Terror, an uncharacteristic miss from him allows Billy Bob to put that one in. What a shot.
And credit Billy Bob with the hat trick here in game number 2. After that one, we are back to the OG Billy Bob style of play, it looks like.
He just rains down goals on teams, and that is, I mean, he's just such a dynamic player, so difficult to play against. And with the team he's put around him, the Hammerheads are certainly a force to be reckoned with. It's exactly why I think they got robbed last week. This is a team that's going to vie for a championship spot, and they're going to do it on the back of Billy Bob. You know, him doing exactly that.
And Billy Bob has officially moved into second place in all-time goals scored, passing the late and great Stubbs, who had retired back at the beginning of Season 3. Congratulations to Billy Bob on that very impressive feat in only 2 seasons and 2 weeks. Great job. 23 seconds here, K1. Von Rabbit putting one on net. Billy Bob with the save.
Yep, and I just want to clarify, when he said late, Stubbs
he's
isn't
not dead.
He's okay. He's fine.
he's just a little late to Season 5.
Just a little late. He's coming, though, I swear.
Please come. Please come back.
This year.
And with that being goose eggs on the clock, indeed. Billy Bob wanted another, but couldn't quite get it there, K1, as the Hammerheads take a 2-game lead.
And Billy Bob padding stats on this one in bucket. We're very close to potentially the first sweep this season. Did not think this would be the match to do it, but the Hammerheads are, I mean, I gotta tell you, especially Billy Bob right now, I mean, he's looking harder than your best friend's mom on the 4th of July barbecue.
And Billy Bob looking to lead the Hammerheads to a sweep, and as similar to the Cyclones last series, which did not get it done, if the Hammerheads get the sweep here tonight, they will be tied atop the calculated division. What an insane opportunity they have here tonight, K1. But the Gold Diggers are starting to come together. They just can't seem to find whatever it is to put the final piece together.
No, yeah, I think they're getting close. They played well, but Billy Bob decided to win that one, and there's not much you could do there. He put on 7 shots, got 3 goals. Fabrizi, no shots, pulled off a goal himself. You love to see that. But yeah, no, the Hammerheads, you know, when Billy Bob's on his game, it is very difficult. What the Gold Diggers need to try to find a way to do is get him off the ball, get the ball away from him, bump him, 50 him. You know, he's just such a menace when you give him space and time, and that's what he specializes in doing, is finding space and time. So, you know, that's the Gold Diggers need to find a way, need to find an answer for Billy Bob.
Gold Diggers looking to avoid being the first team swept here in Season 5. Meanwhile, the Hammerheads looking to tie that series lead at the top of the calculated division. And a big shout out to Mimsy, who gets 5 subs here just before game number 3. A league veteran in his own right, and game number 3 is underway. Red Terror looking for the big pitch there at the mid. Torque puts one on! Big save there by Billy Bob. No Fabrizi credited.
Yeah, they're both there. There's no chance that ball was going in, but a great shot from Torque nonetheless. It really just goes to speak to the expert defense from the Hammerheads. They're so well positioned on nearly everything. And the Gold Diggers, I mean, they're pounding the net, but it's so difficult with the defense that the Hammerheads are portraying.
No question about it. Just under a minute in, and what a double tap opportunity! Billy Bob cleans up the mess.
Billy Bob with yet another goal for him. I believe that's 5 goals in this showing.
Absolutely had the hat trick in game 2, one in game 1, and a big shout out to Panda, another league vet, who gives 5 subs as well. We have a hype train closing in K1.
Oh my, and Panda now our #1 sub gifter. You'll love to see it with 10 subs gifted. What a menace that guy.
Absolutely great contribution to the league, and also a great contributor in his own right on the field. Has a lot of good all-time stats that you don't think he'd have, K1, after reviewing that thing every day of every second of my life.
Oh, and the hype train continues. Big shout out to Mimsy for another 5 there. Fabrizi showing off the mechanics there. I mentioned before, Fabrizi, very mechanical player, tough to get around. He's able to contort his cars in ways, as you mentioned, you really wouldn't expect. And it's really a pleasure to watch him play.
And we have a 3:22 ticking down, and Saggy Titchener now in the chat gifted some subs. These guys are going crazy for QRLS.
Oh, I love it. I believe they're actually hanging out right now in real life. These are real-life friends made here in the QRLS. Shots are going on net. The Gold Diggers doing a good job keeping this pressure on. Only down 1. They've seemed a bit sporadic on defense, showing a bit more control now. And, you know, it's still a long way to come. But they're starting to find an answer here for this Hammerhead offense.
And we are at a level 5 hype train, so thank you all that contributed here tonight. You guys honestly make this league go round. And with 2:40 remaining, we have Hammerhead offense once again. Doctor's looking for the 50, can't get it by Red Terror. As we now see Torek with a pinch off the sidewall with Billy Bob. Von Rabbit kissing that thing into the offensive zone.
Torque is just such a menace with 50s. He's so well positioned around the ball. Knows how to push his... Oh my, big demo gives a big opportunity to Dr. DW. But Billy Bob, again, so patient in the backfield. Blasts one on net. Torque, good defensive positioning there from him. Such a phenomenal player, Torque.
2 minutes ticking, and this is a game that does not resemble the first 2 games, as we only have 1 goal scored here with 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah, no, it's much closer this one, and credit that to the Gold Diggers. They're able to play. They seem to have adjusted to the Hammerhead speed and style of play, and they're taking full advantage of that there. Torque looking very spicy in the air. Unable to with a big 50 coming from Fabrizi.
No question about it. We see now Torek killing that thing out into the clear. Red Terror looking to push the offense, gets it at the mid. Red Terror now again pushing up. Fabrizi gets the clear. Gold Diggers need a goal here with 1:30 remaining to hope to avoid the sweep.
And it's looking a bit bleak now, but Von Rabbit, if there's somebody to turn it around, certainly is him. He's able to score goals in just icy situations. Torque trying to take a shot, but wow, Doctor's DW, I mean, really has just been phenomenal here tonight.
And Torek looked for that beautiful back pass, but Terror was not expecting that touch as he got there a little too early for it. Doctor's off that back wall, looking for the pass to Fabrizi. Fabrizi chips it in!
And the sweep is on. Only 55 seconds left. A very difficult angle here. Watch as he's able to get his car around the ball. Waits till the perfect second to flick that one over. Side flip to get it onto net. Fabrizi, very, very good goal there.
No question about it. 55 seconds left. It looks like the brooms are creeping out of the closet here, K1. Give Billy Bob a savior now. The Hammerheads are the all-time franchise leaders in sweeps in league history. This would mark their 16th if they pull it off here tonight.
And with 30 seconds left, it looks like that might be exactly the case. The Gold Diggers, though, refusing to let go. Billy Bob expertly placed around, tries to get it past Torque, able to get the 50, gets it in. Billy Bob yet another goal, his second one in this game, and I believe 6th on the night.
And Billy Bob showing shades of his MVP season with that one. 27 seconds to go. Close the coffin, K1.
And the sub war is on as well, it looks like. Back and forth between Panda and Mimsy, both tied at 20 subs gifted each. What a phenomenal showing from them. Love the camaraderie and love the fans, guys. It's been a lot of fun.
You guys honestly make this league so easy to run and so much fun. Honestly, thank you from the bottom of our hearts as we see the first sweep of Season 5 come at the brink of the end of Week 2, courtesy of Billy Bob and the Hammerheads.
Wow, and Billy Bob probably has to be Player of the Week off this performance for his division. What matches from him? 5 saves, 2 goals. And, you know, we talk so much about Slurpy Snail, and I remember Slurpy Snail calling out Billy Bob, saying, like, who's going to be MVP this season? Billy Bob's been more quiet, and he just comes in, shows up, and does this. Slurpy Snail, watch out. Billy Bob has not missed a beat.
No question about it. This was honestly such a fun series to watch. Gold Diggers will now fall to 2 and 4 in the Epic Division, which you have to think, that Epic Division is going to really tighten up here as the Spectres lost their series as well. So, lot riding here in the Epic Division, and the Hammerheads officially have tied themselves atop the calculated division with this sweep. 3-way tie, K1.
That's awesome. And the Cyclones were just so close to making it a 4-way tie had they gotten their sweep. But the Speed Demons had other ideas. But no, the Epic Division is just getting so tight. The Savage Division, we'll see more later on this week and how that kind of branches out. But this calculated division has just been so much fun to watch. So much talent in this calculated division. You know, between Slurpy Snail, Throttle Dog, Billy Bob, and Ka-Chow. I mean, just star power after star power after star power.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was the last match of the night of tonight's triple header on QRLS Wednesday nights. K1, this was honestly such a blast. What do you have for us before we send them home?
The biggest thing I could say is thanks to all of our viewers. I believe we've stayed pretty consistent at over 20 viewers all night long. For 3 matches, we've been streaming for almost 2 hours now. Actually, right at 2 hours now to keep this consistency and in the hype train, the way that we had it there, the little sub war. It's humbling, and it makes sitting here on my Wednesday night for 3 hours all that much more worth it. And it's just such an incredible community. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Over to you, Bucket.
Nothing more to add on this end other than go check out the Discord, the TikTok, the YouTube, the Facebook, and the merch stores, all linked in the Twitch page and all linked in the Discord as well. The Discord is the place where we vibe the most as a community. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. Joining me tonight in the booth was K1 Killer, who did a phenomenal job as always. Do not forget to tune in Monday night. We have a late ending to Week 2. Monday night, we have a match. Do not miss it. It is going to be a very good one. It is going to be the Vibe Clan taking on the Kings, who are the defending champions here in QRLS. Without further ado, I'm Little Bucket 59, a.k.a. the Commissioner of QRLS. And as always, keep it quick.